This video, as you may suspect, is sponsored by my absolute favorite underwear company, Sheath Underwear. We'll get to that. Stick around to the end to hear what you know's coming. You know. I know this comparison has been made before, that I'm not the first. I'm not some genius who put the pieces together like a scene out of A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe. I don't got it like that. But the movie Idiocracy, as soon as Donald Trump came on the scene, started being used to compare the current state of American politics, especially the current state of the Republican Party. And last night at the Republican National Convention, the final night when Donald Trump is coronated as the dear leader once again, officially, it became about as clear as it could that we are living in the worst possible timeline. It is life imitating art. And I don't know how to do this. I guess what I'll do is just play a brief clip if you haven't seen the movie. The plot of the movie is a guy gets frozen or suspended in time and wakes up a couple hundred years later, and the United States is just filled with abject fucking morons. The president is a moron. There is no science. They water crops with like a power drink. They think water is only in the toilet. It's bananas movie. But really, it ended up being a little bit prophetic. So here is a very brief clip of the President of the United States and his entrance with what apparently is the State of the Union. And then I'm going to play a couple clips from the RNC last night that really bolster the point that it is a party of idiots.
Sit your monkey ass down. Chill out. Shit. I know shit's bad right now.
If you watched the RNC, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Donald Trump, the showman, the reality TV star that they see fit to be president of the United States. This was his entrance last night. We will mute the sound because they're playing the goofy God Bless the USA song from Lee Greenwood, and I don't want a copyright strike from these dipshits. So either we'll play some cartoon music that is free from that threat, or it'll just be silent. But this was the entrance of Donald Trump at the Republican National Committee, getting ready to accept the nomination of his party to be president of the United States once again. You might say, well, that's not that bad. Of course, it's a little bit of showy nonsense, but it's not to the extent of the Idiocracy thing. And you'd be fair if that was the only thing. I probably wouldn't be doing this video if that was the only example to back up my point. But they had Hulk Hogan, brother. They had Hulk Hogan give a speech, rip his shirt off, and talk about Trumpomania, brother. Seriously, President Camacho, and then Hulk Hogan. I mean, the juxtaposition between the two in screenshots is a thing of parody. It's a Saturday Night Live bit gone awry. Watch Hulk Hogan, the racist, the guy who's super fond of the N-word, an invited speaker, giving Donald Trump glee and joy watching his performance.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero and they tried to kill the next president of the United States? Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
And Donald Trump is filled to the brim with childlike wonder watching Hulk Hogan tear his shirt off. If you needed any more evidence that the Republican Party is not a serious political party, a serious organization run by serious adults, there you have it. And then later in the night, or actually I think it was earlier in the night, but really to bolster the point, Newsmax, a Newsmax reporter, talked about having spoken to someone at the RNC, one of the idiots who fill the Idiocracy, who are making up the Idiocracy, that she said Donald Trump could come out on stage and say, I hate you all, and it wouldn't matter an ounce to her. It's a cult. It's a cult filled with idiots. Watch this moment from Newsmax.
Mike Carter was talking before about the the bandage on the ear. I'm seeing a lot more of that, and they're actually for sale now. Of course, entrepreneurs, you've got Trump face and Trump stuff and the ear on the bandage. So I started asking people today, hey, what do you want to hear about with Donald Trump when he speaks? One woman said he could get up and say, I hate all of you, and we would give him a round of applause and still vote for him. But others were saying, you know what, I want to hear him from his heart. I want to hear what he went through personally, what kind of transformation he's had, and what's changed since then. Obviously, I want to hear what he wants for the country, but I want to hear him speak from the heart tonight. So we're about an hour away from hearing whether he'll speak from the heart tonight.
He could say, I hate all of you, and we would give him a round of applause and still vote for him. Because it's a cult filled to the brim, chock full, overflowing with idiots. With people who vote against their best interest. They would vote for, they would applaud a man who says, I hate you all. And there are millions and millions of these idiots in the United States who are willing to flush the country down the toilet for the sake of the ego of one man. Cue the God Bless America music, I guess. I mean, don't, because then, copyright strike. Anyway, what do you think? Were you watching this? I went to bed. I didn't watch the nonsense speech. I have more self-respect than that. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. You can mix it up in the comments. We can have a conversation there. You can also call and leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can email me daily at dollemore.com. You can support this work by becoming a channel member by clicking the join button. You can also go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. All those donations go a long way to helping support and build this channel into the next iteration of what it will be. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there, and I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine and take care of one another. Here in the United States, we grant separate powers to 3 co-equal branches of government: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. Divided, each branch can better support the working of our government as a whole. Why shouldn't this practice carry over to the governing of our own bodies? Rather than allowing your branch and berries to stew in a single stuffy cesspool, well, why not divide so as to diminish your discomfort? Sheath Underwear is here to help you separate your church and your state. Sheaths are the only underwear with a dual pouch system scientifically designed to keep your executive branch separated from your judicial, if you know what I mean. Democratize your drawers. Head to sheathunderwear.com/Dollemore now and score 20% off right away. It was invented by a U.S. Army veteran while serving a tour in Iraq. The idea for Sheath arose from the discomfort that was experienced in these harsh environments. As a former United States Marine stationed in that part of the world, I get the inspiration. I wear Sheath every single day, and they are the only boxers that can agreeably accommodate my tree trunk thighs and keep my branches of government carefully compartmentalized. And I'm not the only fan out there. Sheath are recommended by multiple doctors and urologists and have over 20,000 5-star reviews. The airflow meshes, they're my favorite personally, but Sheath has tons of excellent styles and designs. And once you pick, Sheath will land them on your doorstep nearly instantly, thanks to blindingly fast shipping and amazing customer service. Also, your purchase doesn't just help you out. Sheath supports multiple charities like Socks for Soldiers and Doctors Without Borders. So you're making the world a better place too. Upgrade your undergarments right now. Score 20% off when you head to sheathunderwear.com/Dollemore and divide and conquer your discomfort with Sheath Underwear.